Hey, my aqua babies. I'm so happy to be back here with you. I have so much to tell you. You are in your season, you're in your energy, you're in your element, you're in that celebration, and I am so happy for you. I can feel this like invigoration, this like refound, renewed passion. And it's really like a sense of you taking back your power. And it's been a process, and you've been healing from some painful things. And it was all about you being trained as the soul warrior that you are, that I know you to be. It's a training. It's like the somehow, okay, here's what it is. You have been given so many talents, so many skills in this lifetime. I know that you're not going to say it because you don't want to be arrogant. You don't want to think too highly of yourself because you're afraid of what comes when you say those things. But I will tell you, you've been given so much in this life, so much to be grateful for, that it's through those challenges and adversities that you face that you're able to evolve. Because if you were just living like a regular life, like typical like picket fence life, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful, beautiful existence. But that's not the energy that I get from the aquas on my channel, and specifically, but in general as well. You're not living in that typical traditional lifestyle. And so you're not like, if you were, the you would pass every single test with flying colors because you've been given so much. Now, why have you been given so much? It's not for you to, be better than everybody else. It's because you have a greater purpose in this incarnation on this planet at this time, right? And so, because you have a greater purpose, Spirit has to like put you through the test and has to mold you, and you have to be malleable, right? Like an ironsmith creating a sword, right? That's it's almost like through the adversity is how you grow and how you expand. Like, people talk about leveling up, and sure, this is your level up, but it's almost like outwardly, like it's like you're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the adversity is what's causing that. It's what's creating that growth for you, because the mundane wouldn't. And that's why you're a seeker, and that's why you seek more all the time. And as soon as you get comfortable, you're like ready for the next thing, ready for the next thing. It's not that you're flaky, it's that you've already mastered that and you're on to the next thing, right? So the energy I get is like you've been in that mode of being transformed through fire, okay? Not lightly. It's been some heavy, heavy stuff. But what's happened now is like clear purpose. That's what I feel. Like you have a clear objective and you're on the path and you're moving forward. And there was some hesitation and fear around it, but it's not stopping you. What it does, though, I have to say this before I forget, is because you've gone through some painful experiences recently that have kind of like helped you graduate into where you're at now, in terms of your wisdom and your strength, right? But those things that you've gone through, like you've had to heal them. And so there's still a purging that's happening. And I just want to say that this purging, it's very important how you handle it. It's going to kind of like help your journey or hold you back a little depending on how you purge. And what I mean by that is you're often kind of like the lone soul warrior, right? You tend to isolate and be independent because you're needing to process at kind of like a greater level everything that's happening on the planet, all the energetic shifts, all that stuff that's happening on a grander scale. You are processing on a micro level as a human being to help impart that change on other people. Okay. I know, mouthful, it's a lot. But in that process, like, because I talked about the adversity being how you grow, there have been things that you've gone through that you need to like vent about, you need to talk about. And so there's a message here about be careful not to gossip. And really, you're not doing it from a bad place. It's like you're doing it because you need to release this. But the problem is if you gossip about it or you ruminate too much on what happened in the past, that stagnation will catch up with you and it's going to slow you down. And this is where some of the fear and hesitation is coming from, is that there's still stuff left from this, past couple of months or even past year that you need to purge. And so what came through, highly recommended, is some sort of very aggressive physical release. Okay. Some type of like high intensity exercise or just like something that you can do every day that helps you release this stuff that you went through, right? Because you've done most of it, but every now and then when you feel like the fear and hesitation, just remember, like, instead of calling that person that you want to vent with, like, just go and do something extremely physical, and it's going to help you. And it's also going to teach you like that you are creating from your words, which is something very powerful. And once you understand that, you don't really want to ruminate on the past anymore. You don't want to talk these things into existence anymore. Okay. So you're in your go-getter energy. I love it. And you are moving into, I love how it's like raining so hard right now. I'm like so inspired to do the readings. Great to be back, by the way. I know it's been forever. I've been through so much of my own transformation as well. And I am just like more inspired than ever to do this soulful work that I love. That's not work. It's like just celebrating our existence and talking on a very real level. There's just a lot of people right now that are talking about Pluto and Aquarius and all these things. And it's kind of like this, gloomy, like doomsday type of energy. And I'm just like, whenever I hear that, it's like, no, like we need to remember like the magic of our existence, right? And how loved we are. And let's talk about that, right? So if you're into my vibe, definitely like this video, send me a comment, tell me what's going on with you. Let me know if anything resonates. Definitely subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But anyway, so moving into where you're headed, you're being incredibly supported on this journey and you are meant for victory. Okay. I started this conversation with you last New Year's, and you have been coming up as victorious since then. Okay. It doesn't mean that you are sitting here like collecting your wins and your money and your awards. No, but you're on that path. Okay. It is happening for you. You are creating that. Okay. Whether you understand that or not, you are destined for that. So keep the vision and the perspective clear when things get rough, right? What's underneath that is you actually are creating your financial independence and your abundance, and you're doing it through clarity, wisdom, and your heart. Okay. You're going from the soul warrior to the soul lover. So this whole thing has been an expansion on love. Okay. So I'm going to dive in. I've already shuffled, but just going to give it a little bit more of a shuffle. I am so excited to be talking to you. You are the first reading. Well, I just did a seasonal reading, which I'm going to post, but you are the first sign reading I'm doing because it is February and it is your birthday. And I have been dying to talk to you guys. And I'm so happy to have sit in your energy earlier and to feel you like so mature, and you've grown so much, and you're just really like realizing what's real and what's not, what's true. You're really living authentically, I know we talked about that last year. Like, you were starting to you were starting your journey into that world, and letting the feminine flow, and letting the river that was taking you melt the glaciers off of you. Do you remember that? And look at you now, just thriving, and I feel a lot of fire in your energy. It's not as much water as before, which is awesome. You're in creation mode. You're taking things down that don't work. You're rebuilding them. It's pretty awesome. So happy for you. It's a long time coming, but let's be real. You've been working toward this your whole life, and who knows how much longer than that. Okay. All right, Spirit, please give me the overall energy of my aquas during their season. Heck yeah, the Emperor. That's right. You are sitting on your throne. By the way, in my current season reading, I talked about the collective is shifting to becoming the Emperor. And this is your current energy. So yes, you are an energetic leader. Whether you choose to call yourself that or not, whether you realize that, everything that you go through, all these shifts, they're happening at a very high speed, and you are leading the pack. Whether you want to identify with that or not, you are a leader. You are using your logic and your wisdom and all the experiences that you've gained from the things that you've been through to make conscious decisions, to think clearly, to move forward in a way that is going to help you and the flock, right? It's not just about you, and it's not just about them. There's a balance there. There's an awakening that you have had, and it's come from, here, let me show you these. I always forget to do that. So there's an awakening that you've had from the healing that you've been doing, which has been, it's been a childhood healing. It's been a healing of your broken heart. It's been something that you've had to really come to terms with. And I think I feel in my heart that it is about victimhood and realizing who you are and what you bring, and that your life is different and it's for a reason. Okay. There's beautiful energy here. I'm so proud of you that you've been healing, that you've been resting, and you're not sitting in that pain and heartbreak anymore. But you're moving out of the healing. You've done it. And I feel most of most of humanity is kind of in that mode right now, and you've gone through it. And so you're ready to rock. It's pretty cool. I'm so excited for you. Let's see. Yeah, and you got these, and there are 2 major arcanas. This is a very pivotal time for you. I love that this came out. I was going to ask the question but where are you going? What is all this energy for? This is so beautiful. This is a commitment. This is like when you renew your vows, okay? And that may be happening for some of you in a physical sense, right? With a partner, marriage, vows, etc. But it doesn't, that may be the way it's playing out, but really what's happening is a renewed connection to who you are on this planet, what I was just saying, and how you want to celebrate that, how you want to, what you want to create in your life, right? And knowing that you can do it. It's just about really deciding which path, which track, which person, it's all really up to you. And this to me is you building a very strong foundation of the unique creative life that you have. It's where your money's going to come in from. You know how you are going to get the energy to do what you want. You know how you want to express yourself on the planet. You know what things are good for you. You know what's not good for you. And you're essentially becoming it's the tree of life, you're very grounded, very rooted, but you also have this ability to play and explore and adventure and express yourself in all these different ways, but be in your but it's strategic as well. Like, you know where your bread and butter is coming from, right? Or you know specifically what seeds you're planting, right? You know what you want to grow. If you're not fully there yet, it's like, but you still understand your purpose, which I will tell you, last year was not the case. You were still dilly-dallying and not sure about which way to go, if you were going to have the stamina, the support. You were very afraid to leave things that were seemingly stable. But now you realize that the stability is not in that. It's in creating the foundation that you want and trusting in that, and that you're being guided, okay? Spirit, what obstacles is Aquarius dealing with at the moment? Okay, yeah. It's that you've started new. You've started a new idea, a new project, a new venture, and obstacles that come with that is the newness, right? The unknown, the figuring things out, the finding your way. But that's not a bad obstacle to have, let me tell you. That is a good thing, okay? Which reminds me, one thing that did come through is that it's going to be very important, in addition to the highly physical exercise that you do to release, it's also going to be important for you to sit down every single day and say the things that you are grateful for in your life. I know that sounds like total after school special, but you will be so surprised how in a very short amount of time, you start to actually feel it after you say it. And you start realizing how blessed you are. And then you start realizing that everything you're trying to do is just like the icing on the cake, right? It's just like the cherry on top, because you've already got the yumminess of life down. You guys, you always take me on this like incredible journey. Okay. Strength. Yep. Of course. You've got a lot of major arcanas here. Not surprised. This continues to be a pivotal time for you of transformation, right? Your strength is your patience. If you watch my seasons reading, please do. You will see that I'm literally talking the whole time about how important it is to have trust and to have patience, right? This is your strength. You know that. You've been through it. You've been through hell and back. And that's why. Because now that's your strength. That is a gift that you've been given so that you understand how to maneuver, how to move in this new world. Okay? The earth has shifted. The frequencies are different. Everyone can feel it. And people are just trying to catch up. Well, you know what's up? All right, what's in your environment? What is in Aqua environment? Aw, guys, what is with all these? This thing's not focusing. It's the moon card. What is with all of these major arcanas? Okay, you are in this journey for real. Okay, you're not messing around. I already knew that about you, but you're feeling a bit in the dark, like, and I think it's really this, where did it go? It's this Ace of Swords, right? It's the new venture that you're on. It's just scary, and you can't really see the future of how it's going to be successful when you have all these things and these bills and these things to figure out. But you also have all the assets that you need. You have the patience, the trust, you have the logic from the Emperor, you have the confidence, and you have the skills, right? So just remember that and trust, okay? This is about you using your intuition and trusting that when you go through certain challenges, just go through them knowing that you will get to the other side. And when you do, there's going to be an aha moment, right? For some of you, there also may be a water sign in your environment. That doesn't give me like, yeah, it gives me a little bit of like, it's very emotional, and it feels like in some way, whatever this is for you, it could be a person who's like a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, whatever, but it could also just be a situation that is very emotional for you, that kind of holds you back. Like when you go into that realm, there's something about it that's like stagnant, and like it just, it's not in line with this passion that I felt earlier for you. You know, this is something that might be holding you back. Um, yeah, it feels a little mean. It feels like they're coming from a low vibration, uh, like they're angry or in pain about something. And yeah, I just got confirmation. And they're kind of taking it out on you because you seem so fearless, you know, and while you may have your fears, you have to understand that from the outside you don't appear that way. You appear the opposite. Like you know what you want. So just hold that vision and don't get distracted by these lower energies, okay? Do the purging. Okay. Yep, there it is. Yeah, that's the confirmation. 7 of Swords. Feels like, you know, hater energy, which I don't enjoy talking about, but I just felt it so strong. Like people are wanting to, they want what you've got, you know, and what you've got is not something that, like, you're not even fully aware of what you've got. Like, you've been given these tools, and then you've been given these situations, these circumstances, and you've made something out of it. And the universe has blessed you for that perseverance, right? For that trust, and continues to with ideas and passion. And I think people don't realize like how blessed your path can be when you surrender. But you get that. Like, you understand pain and joy. Okay, so you're not in this false positivity. It's come from the depths of darkness, right? And there's a little bit of like either people wanting to take advantage of you, or like maybe it might feel like people in your environment don't have your back, or like they're out to get you or something. But just don't pay attention, you know, do your releasing, do your merge into your inner world, feel good, and know that this is between you and your God. Okay. I'm loving this reading for you so far. Yeah, you're picking up steam pretty quickly. Like, you've gone from the Ace of Swords to the Knight of Swords. Like, you're moving quickly. You're taking action on this thing that you've started. I love that for you. It feels like the end of winter, which is, we're getting really close, right? Within the next, I don't know, week or two or whatever, we're going to get into springtime. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune came out, which I'm glad, because it came out in terms of like what's coming next. And I talked about this in my seasonal reading, which I'm really grateful that it did come out, because it kind of confirms what I've been feeling, which is like there's this wheel, right, that's constantly turning, right? It doesn't stop. And it's just like the seasons, right? It's just like the wheel of, you know, nature, right? We go through the different seasons and the different weather patterns, and, you know, we even celebrate it with different holidays, like, you know, celebrate light in the middle of the dark, cold winter. So there's an understanding that when things go in your favor, it's really great, and we celebrate that. But you have to keep in mind that when things feel like there's friction or resistance, or they're not flowing like they normally do, or there's some sort of like heartbreak involved, when someone like hurts you, or when things don't really work out the way you thought, you must understand that the wheel's still turning, and that it's going to turn in your favor again. So excuse me, there's an awareness that you need to have of those cycles and that trust. And it's in your strength already. So it's like, you know that, but in your next steps, it's like, don't forget that, right? When the road gets bumpy, you know? Spirit, what's the approach on this? Yeah, just keep doing your thing. Keep working hard. Keep working at your goals. Hold that vision. Be tenacious and have the strength when any obstacles pop up. And outcome, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, it just couldn't be better for the reading that we're doing. It's like, you are abundant, you will be abundant, your home will be a place of peace, and you will be creating the stability that you need and more, okay? You will be celebrating that, eating, drinking, like there's just like this feeling of like, yeah, celebration, right? Like a party. Some of you may be partying actually because it's your birthday, or because you're celebrating different things that's going on with what it is that you're doing. But really, like, feed into that energy, because that's what it is. That energy is the reminder for you of, like, when things get rough, just remember that and keep moving forward, right? And it's not coming out like things are getting rough. Things are getting actually really great with the 10 of Pentacles. That's like, you know, happy home, fulfillment, wishes coming true, and then also the financial aspect being really great. It's like having enough to even give back, right? It's very beautiful. But always keeping in mind that, yeah, that things often, like when you're on this path, it's like things can be thrown at you, right, out of left field, and things that you didn't see coming or have in mind, and they might, like, you know, shake a few things or make you think like how you want to actually build this, and maybe it's not this way, maybe you want to go that way, maybe you want to try this other thing, like, so it's just like being fluid in that and knowing that things are still moving in your favor, and also that you're still releasing heartache, right? That's still there. You're still healing from some pretty destructive moments and from some pretty like cutthroat people energy, right? So this also feels very karmic. It feels like you're getting what you deserve, not just because of how you've been treated, but your response to it has been graceful and elevated. I love this for you. I'm so happy. I'm going to pull Moon Magic cards to confirm. And I'm also going to ask what's in the shadow of this, because when we know our shadow aspects, when we understand and see ourselves like, oh, this is what I need to work on, there's so much, like, when you have that willingness, it's like there's so much support in transforming those aspects of us, right? Because you're so loved. Spirit, what's in the shadow? This message, overall shadow. I know you guys like the truth, and you like it dirty. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's this energy of, I think there's things that, and that's the Moon card as well. Okay, that actually takes the environment a lot deeper. So the Moon card is also talking about things that are going to come up for you, actually. And they might come up in your environment as like triggers and stuff. And it's like you trigger people because of just your energy and the energetic leader that you are. And when you trigger them, they transform and they are like forced to grow and to kind of level up. Like people see you and they want to match you. Like, and for you, it feels like aggressive. It's like, what like, what, whoa, like, why am I getting this heat? Like, I've been nothing but nice to you. I just want to help you. I've been supportive, blah, blah. But it's not about that. They're actually seeing their own lack of where they need to level up and grow. And they're using you as like a benchmark of like, oh, I need to get to where Aqua is, right? And so as that happens, as those triggers happen for them, for you, what's happening is like you needing to, oh my God, and I talked about this in my season's reading. It's about you needing to validate yourself and to really what's happening with even these projects that you're working on, the things that you're trying to build and create in your life, is you're really coming to terms with your value, with your worth. Like, it's like you didn't realize who you were and you were expecting others to tell you. And now that they're not doing that, you're having to sit with your own shadow and realize like, okay, I need to work on this. I need to work on that. Wow. And you're actually, the reason that you trigger people is because you're very transparent. And so people feel mirrored by you. They see themselves and you see them. And so people feel like, who is this person? Like, and they almost doubt, like, what are your intentions, right? And you're just doing you. You're not even worried about it. I mean, overtly, right? But it does hurt you inside. And so you have to understand that some people, as you move through this energy into your 10 of Pentacles, into your happiness, abundance, success, you will be losing people around you. You will be dropping people. And it's by default. It's not because you've done anything wrong, but it's time for you to move on. Yeah. Spirit, give me some moon magic messages for my Aquas to finalize the reading. I am magnetic to what I want, and I repel what I do not want. Yes, that is what we're saying. You are going to more and more, as you are this mirror for people, like you're going to repel the things that are not aligned to you, and you're going to feel that friction. And that's what that energy was of like the heartache. It's like, it's going to bother you because you want things to be peaceful and great in every environment, but you're really being called to a specific environment, to a specific path. And the more you are in your truth about what you want, what you don't want, and who you are, the more you will call that in like a magnet. Okay. Spirit, give me another moon message for my Aquas. Okay. I shine my light outwards for all to see. Yes, you do. Life is conspiring for me. Oh my God. I'm gonna cry. Like, what? Like, the universe is not conspiring against you. It's conspiring for you. It wants you to win. So all you have to do is trust it and just be you. And okay, this came out reverse. Be honest with yourself and others. So live your truth again. It's like the more you do that, the more the universe is going to fill your basket with all these gifts. Oh, I love it. And I love you so much. I hope that you enjoyed that. I can't wait to be back with some more sign readings. Yeah, I'm in it. Let's do it.